Hello everybody, Hewan's here. So I'm gonna read the two stories. The first story is Deltona is going batty. Enjoy the video. Deltona is going batty. Buzz, buzz, slap. Buzz, buzz, slap. In Deltona, Florida, those are the sounds of summer. When summer comes, so do bugs. The mayor of Deltona worked with a group of people to solve the bug problem. A man involved with the group came up with a fantastic ideas. Bats. Bats like to eat bugs. Why not bring bats to Deltona? Let bats get rid of Deltona's bugs. The mayor and the city government liked this idea, but people in Deltona had questions. Where would the bats live? Who would pay for the pets? Bats. The people who ran the city had to find answers. Then they had to decide what to do. People in Deltona enjoy spending time outside in nice weather, but in summer bugs take over. Local government decides. The mayor and other city officials met. They came up with a plan for the bats. It would not cost the town any money. Bats can live in bat houses. Local business people will pay for them. Volunteers will put the bats houses in parks and public places. The city officials talked to the people of Deltona about the plan. Their cooperation was important for the plan to work. Most people agreed. They wanted to try the plan. The officials met again to vote on the plan. They decided to bring bats to Deltona. The bats get a home. Soon the first bat house was placed at City Hall. People celebrated. It was Bat House Day. Will bats solve Deltona's bug problem? It is too soon to tell. It takes time for a group of bats to find the bat house and move in. The people of Deltona are willing to wait and see. If bats don't help, their local government will try something else. That's why Deltona is a good place to live. Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Deltona, Orlando, Manny. Deltona is north of Orlando. This is the bat house of Deltona City Hall. It is 20 feet above the ground. How local government works. Deltona has a local government, like many other towns. It has a mayor and a city commission. The mayor of Deltona works closely with the city commission. It has 7 members. Each one comes from a different part of the city. Each is elected by the voters who live in that part of town. Local government, city commission, mayor, city manager, spending, parks, utilities, fire, libraries, police. The mayor and city commission members meet with the people in their communities. They talk with the people to find out what they need. Because it takes many people to keep things running smoothly, Deltona hires a city manager. The city manager works with the mayor. The commission then towns departments such as the fire and police departments to provide service. The people of Deltona know the secret of a successful community. People and government must work together. When people have a problem, such as too many bugs, they can ask their local government for help. People in the town meet with the mayor to tell him their ideas. Okay, when I'm finished, I'm going to the next. The second is the castle on Hester Street. So make sure you keep watching. The castle on Hester Street. One day while Julie was visiting her grandparents, Her grandfather said, "Did I ever tell you about my good friend, Moishi? You told me about Herschel, the famous astronomer." Julie said with a giggle, "The one who discovered that the moon is a mad zone. And you told me when Bessie, your little cousin, whose braids were so long she used them for jump ropes, but you never told me about Moishi." Moishi the ghost was from my village in Russia, Julie's grandfather said. He pulled the wagon I rode in when I came to America. Not only could Moishi leap across oceans the way others jump over puddles, but he also could sing. We started singing the moment we left Russia. 9,092 miles to go. 9,092 miles. After we passed that small patch of snow, we have 9,091 miles to go. Julie was about to to join in when her grandmother said, "Son, what are you telling that child? A true story, just the way I remember it. Rose dear," Julie's grandfather said. Moishi's wagon was solid gold. It shone like a shooting star when it flew over the ocean. That's a story, all right, but it's not true. Julie's grandmother said Grandpa came on a boat, like I did. It was terrible. Hundreds of families were crowded together. Babies were crying. Bodies were piled over. The boat rocked so much. I thought we would drown. But in Russia, life for Jews was very hard. We couldn't live or work where we wanted. Sometimes we were attacked just because we were Jews. We had to leave Russia any way we could. As her grandmother spoke, pictures grew in Julie's mind of her grandparents leaving their country and crossing a rough winter ocean on a boat so crowded they would hardly move. "Grandpa, is that how you really came?" Julie asked. He said. "Yes, it was," Julie's grandfather said. He too looked sad until he added, "But what a welcome I got when I arrived. President Theodore Roosevelt rode his horse through a blizzard of ticker tape to greet me. 'Hello, son,' he said. 'Mighty glad you could come.'" "Don't listen to another word," Julie's grandmother said. Grandpa's brother Morris met him. The boat docked first at Ellis Island. We sat for hours and waited to be inspected. Not everyone who could came safe. If you were sick, you had to go. But I was so afraid they would find something wrong with me. But thank God I passed every test. "Hooray!" Julie shouted. "Thank you, dear," Julie's grandmother said. She gave her gifts and said, "I have something to show you." Then she went to the closet. Julie's grandfather leaned close and whispered to Julie, "Everyone who came here was given a castle. Mine was on Hester Street. It was so tall that the pigeons couldn't fly all the way up to the roof. I had to carry them there." Julie's grandmother came back to the sofa carrying a box. "Did Grandpa tell you about the horrible little room she shared with Louis, the sailmaker, and Herman, the tailor?" she asked as she sat down. "In those days, people had to take in boarders to help pay the rent. Life was hard. Grandpa has a push cart. He sold butters 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. The only rest he got was a Sabbath." "Poor Grandpa," Julie said, and she patted his head. Julie's grandfather was quiet for a moment. Then he said, "But what buttons I had! Buttons carried from diamonds, emeralds, and rubies. Buttons as big as saucers. Buttons as big as plates. Buttons you could use as sleds in the snow." Julie's grandmother sighed loudly. "Grandpa sewed small buttons, small enough to fit through buttonholes. I'll show you," she said as she opened the box. The box was filled with photographs. Julie's grandmother took out an old photograph in a cardboard frame. It is Julie's grandfather stood next to his pushcart, which was full of little buttons. Grandpa looks so strong, Julie said, feeling proud. Julie's grandfather found a photograph of a young girl and showed it to Julie. This is a picture of your grandmother, he said. She was very famous those days. Everyone spoke of Mr. Whitkin's beautiful daughter, Rose, who stayed home all day, nibbling chocolates. Her 5 big brothers had to watch so that nobody stole her away. I worked 6 days a week in the factory then, sewing dresses, but I was very pretty, Julie's grandmother said, smoothing her hair. You are still very pretty, Julie's grandfather said, and he kissed her cheek. In Russia, your grandmother sued for royalty. She made stitches so small they couldn't be seen. People wondered how the dresses stayed together. That part is true, Julie's grandmother said proudly. As soon as I met your grandmother, I wanted to marry her, Julie's grandfather said. Every night I hired a fireflies to fly over the house. Her house and spell out Rose, my precious flower. I love to have you ever. And Margie and I sang love songs under her window. Finally, her father let me marry her. A year later, her mother was born. No one has ever seen a beautiful child. Then Esther, Ruthie, and Benny were born, and they were just as beautiful. I made them tiny jeweled clouds, and they rode through the streets in hand-carved golden baby carriages. Enough is enough, Julie's grandmother said. From now on, I expect that Julie hear only the truth. Grandpa and I had to work even harder to feed all those babies. But we didn't mind. We had something more valuable than jeweled crowns and golden baby carriages. We had each other and we free to live as we wanted. That's the truth, Rose said. Julie's grandfather said. And from now on, that will pass through my lips. They sat quietly for a few minutes, and Julie's grandfather smiled and whispered to Julie, Did I ever tell you about the time Moshi, the girls, and I sang for President Wilson? The end! Thanks for watching. Click on the like and subscribe button. Goodbye, everybody. I will switch off the recording.